Hey, what's up YouTube? Today we're going to be working on the Silverado. We're going to be installing a transmission cooler with the fan. We went with this one. It's a remote mounted transmission cooler. We got the thermostat on and off switch, and then we got the AN-6 fitting for the transmission, so we won't have to use the stock block. This completely cancels out the thermostat on the transmission, and we'll run the lines from this straight to that. So we're thinking of putting it behind the skid plate. We've seen a couple of trucks that have them back here, so we're gonna see if we could do some CNC setting later on. But for now, we're gonna remove this and we're gonna try to test fit it behind here and weld some tabs to mount the transmission cooler, and then figure out what we're gonna do about the vents. I'm trying to test fit the transmission cooler. We're thinking of fitting it in that gap right there, but it's kind of close to a lot of stuff. So, and also these corners right here aren't working out. So we're thinking of putting it in there and then just drilling some holes. Well, not drilling, but CNC cutting some holes from here to here for the airflow. And just have it in this section right there. We're gonna see what we can work out, and then we'll put you guys back on. So this spot didn't work out for us, and up here there's a little more room, but this fan is still too big, and these clip spots for the grill, they're too low. So we're gonna try to go to the back and see where else we could fit this. We're mounting the transmission cooler here where the spare tire used to go, and this is one of our best spots so far. We don't want to put it inside the bed because it's just too out there, and this is pretty tucked away. It's cool. I've seen other people on YouTube still use this spot, so we're thinking this is one of the best spots. We're just gonna run the lines over here and through these cables on top of the gas tank and over to the transmission. It should have enough airflow up the back here. And so we're gonna use two mounting spots here. We're gonna drill two spots, and then we might weld a little flat stock from here to here, so we could drill that the other side to that, and that's it. So we're gonna run to the store real quick and get the flat stock, and then we'll be back. Alright, so we're gonna open up these holes a little bit because of the bolts that we have are a bit thicker than the holes that are on here. So we're gonna open these up, and then we're gonna install it with two bolts and then start messing with the other side. Go. So I just cut the piece of metal we picked up at Home Depot, and I'm just gonna test fit it, see where exactly it needs to go. I have to cut it a little bit shorter. We're gonna try to match the height of that so it could be completely level. So this is a 15-inch strip. I think we're gonna need like way shorter than that, a couple of inches off, maybe like an inch and a half or so. Ay, güey, hasta las pinzas soldeo. we put our flat stock right here and we welded it in place. Now we're just gonna have to turn the corner of this because it actually hits the rail. So we're gonna clean it up real quick and then we're gonna mock it up again. So we're finally done mounting the transmission cooler. This is how it's gonna go. We're not really worried about the muffler heat and none of that because the muffler's gonna get rerouted back there. So this is what we came up with. We did put some washers back here because it has another lip in there which would come in contact with the transmission cooler, but there's a about 1/8 gap now because of the washers. This was able to clear because there's like a little dip right here. And then for this side, what we did is we hit it with the flat wheel on the aluminum and it clears perfectly right there. And then our flat stock goes from there, from back here to up there. We welded that, we welded this, and it's really sturdy. Put the 2 bolts right there. There's nothing touching right there. Cool clearance right here. So now we're gonna measure and we're gonna order the lines, and then we're gonna install the fittings with the lines and route them through the top of the gas tank down to the transmission somewhere over there. So let me measure real quick. I'm gonna order the lines and then we'll put you guys back on. Okay, so it's been a couple of days. We finally got the lines for the transmission. So I was messing with this, so that's why it has some tape, but it originally comes with this little red cap right there. And it comes with all these fittings. We got this off of eBay. For like about $130. So we needed some 90s, and then it comes with some extra ones, some 45s, a couple of different fittings. So what we're gonna do right now is we're going to remove the transmission line from the truck, the stock little block that has the thermostat, and we're going to install the new one so we could use these AM fittings, and then we're going to start running the line. We got one AM fitting in. It's kind of a hassle, but we were able to get it done, and so now we're going to route it over the gas tank, on the side of the gas tank to the transmission, and then we're gonna mark exactly where we need to cut and then work on the back side. We're gonna have to do that 1, 2 or 3 more times to get both sides done, and then we'll start working on the wiring. I'm on the passenger side of the truck, and this is basically the routing that we're gonna go with for the transmission line. So we're able to run them right here, and I kind of got it mocked up over there. Right now it's just laying right there, but I already pretty much routed it how we wanted it to. And I don't know if you can see it, but it goes through here. And right above the gas tank. And then back here, we're just gonna, secure it here. Probably end up going over this metal bracket, and then we're gonna cut it about 3 inches longer than what we need. And once that's done, we're going to pull it back out, put the fitting in here, and then put the second fitting for the other side, and then route the other side. I think we should have enough hose. So let me get to cutting this side, and then I'll put you guys back on.
También lo que es cleaning aquí, ¿ve?
Working on the Chevy?
Working a piece of shit Chevy.
We got all 4 fittings in. So we got these 2. The 90s are gonna go to the transmission. These straight ones are gonna go to the trans cooler. We got 2 more over there. And we wouldn't use this eBay line anymore just because it just frays right away once you cut it. It just opens up right away. So we would go with some higher quality lines next time. But for now, we're gonna use these, see how they work out. So now, I know we said that we were going to drain the trans on the thermostat block, but we actually didn't do it. So now we're going to install this. We're going to remove that and we're going to install this. This is the adapter so we can run the AM fittings. And then this one goes on the trans cooler, the temperature switch to turn on the fan. And this is the other one for the other side. So these are going to go on in a bit. And I don't think we have to put any Teflon or anything. So let me install these real quick, these two, and then I'll put you guys on once we start removing this part of the front. So for these coolers, transmission coolers, it doesn't matter which one's inlet and outlet, they work both ways. Just the thermoswich has to go on the inlet side. So we're gonna figure this out once we see which one's the inlet and outlet from the transmission, which line's gonna go where. But if you weren't to use the thermal switch, you could just mount the lines in any of these ports. Couldn't find the socket that fit these, and they're not supposed to go super tight, just tight enough. So give it like a little extra turn right there. Make sure this one's good. That's good. Make sure this one's good. That's good. So next we are going to mount the. Actually, next we're gonna do the transmission lines up there. Okay, so I use the half to remove the bolt. This is the bolt that comes in there. And so basically just gonna leave them hanging right here. You want me to remove the little tree clip? Oh, okay. I'm gonna remove from right here. Let me try to get to that real quick and then I'll put you guys back on. But anyways, this is what has to come off. We're gonna drain the oil into here and then we're gonna route the new lines. We're just gonna make sure that we zip tie them to these fuel lines, the bracket right here, you know, so it won't be touching the front drive shaft. So I'm gonna do this and then we have to run to AutoZone right now to get some transmission fluid and some liquid thread sealer for the temp switch in the back. This is what we picked up, some high temp thread sealant, and we're going to put it on this. Just put a little bit on this thread, and then we're going to thread it in just till we see it right there. We're not going to block the passage, we're just going to get it to there. So let me do this real quick and then put you guys back. So I got the thing on there with some thread locker, with some liquid sealant. We're gonna run it in here. And then we're going to run this all the way in. Oh, I got the wrong one, but okay, so let me get the so what we're gonna do is that we're gonna use this side as the inlet and then we're gonna use this one as the outlet. So this one's gonna come from the transmission, you know, and then it's gonna go back into the transmission from here. So this adapter from ICT Billet, and it comes with the bolt for the middle, and it also comes with 2 little O-rings, and then it comes with these 2 AM fitting things. So we might put some thread sealant here as well. I'm not sure yet, but those fittings go on this block. And then this is how the gasket goes. share the package. So that's how the O-rings go on these AN adapters. So we're gonna put this right now. We're gonna install this right now, and then we're gonna put these fittings on. So our original plan was to just delete the thermostat in here, so the fluid could flow freely. And we were gonna put an aftermarket transmission cooler in front of the grill, but then we just decided to go with the bigger transmission cooler with the fan. Okay, so this is what we ended up doing. We're too broke to actually buy the nice billet clamps, so we just used some zip tie with the zip tie in the middle, and we did it every foot, so from the front all the way to the back. It just keeps it nice and neat and spaced. So this is the back. We're gonna end up getting all these zip ties down, and then we're gonna fish them through and then secure them to the truck. Okay, so we got the lines ran. We just zip tied them so they won't be all over the place. This one's kind of rubbing on this, but we'll figure this out later on with some rubber. We got them over the tank all the way to the front of the transmission, so they're all hooked up, all tight. Now we're gonna work on the electrical part. So what we're gonna do is we're thinking of just cutting this insulation thing all the way to like about here, and then get the blue cable and just put a little connection right here, and then the ground, we're going to clean this metal around it right there, and then we'll run the other end to the relay and to the power. So let me get to cutting this because it's kind of hard to do it with one hand. I'll show you guys pretty much what we got. It's decent. It's not the best, but for our first time, it's not as bad as we thought it was gonna be. So I'm gonna get to this real quick. Okay, so this is what we got down so far. We got the heat shrink on the ground terminal. We're gonna run it to the back, and then we're gonna do a soft tapping screw to this. We cleaned it up so it's nice and shiny, sort of. And then we're going to wire the relay next. And this way we're just gonna have one cable all the way to the back, which goes here and turns on the fan. So let me get to this real quick, and I'll put you guys back on once we're in the front. Okay, so now we're gonna start working on the front, and we're routing one line up here to the front, which is gonna be connected to the relay. This relay right here. And so we're gonna give it a switch, 12-volt power. Looks like it turn on by itself. Let me show you guys in the back. This is what we have. We left this little loop right here just so I could have some slack, and we zip tied the line to this. We know we should have routed it with the transmission lines in the beginning, but I don't know, we didn't think about that at the moment, so we ended up doing this. We also picked up this Castro trans fluid. We'll top it off. We'll use that funnel. So let's finish wiring up the relay, and then we'll test drive it and see if it works properly. We ended up disconnecting the transmission line from all the way up here, and it just has a clip, and it has the plastic that goes on the line, this one. So you remove the plastic, then you get a little pick. You have to reach in here and pull this clip out, and then you just pull out the line. You don't even need the quick disconnect tool. And it made a mess because it got some air, so all the fluid spilled. Now let's do this side. There's another one up here. Pop this one out. Shit. What's down there? Then you just reach in here and you pull that out, and then you can remove the lines completely from front to back. Real quick, I forgot to record this earlier, but this is all we removed from the front to the back. Well, this goes like right in front of the radiator, and then this is the block that has a thermostat in it. We actually wired the fan to a relay, and everything works really good. We test drove it and all. So that's it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at @youngk_oxcfilms. I'll leave it in the description down below. and we'll catch you in the next one.